All right. Hi, I'm Ricky from Rev Consultants. I help subcontractors win more tenders at their target profit in 12 weeks or less, even if they're time poor, don't know where to start. My goal is to help you make this process as simple and successful as possible so that you can win those big contracts with less stress. I'll be here on a regular basis, so jump on, ask a question, or DM me anything you want me to cover. This is your opportunity to ask me anything. Okay, so the topic that I've chosen for today is a professional tender submission and what does it look like. So if your price and your standing is similar to your competitors, a good, crystal clear professional submission could be the difference between the win and the non-win. So there's a number of things that make up a professional submission, but importantly, it includes the following from it. One, it's a submission that provides all the requested information that the client's requested for in the tender pack. This is an important one because if they're asking for something, they need this information for something. So when you're missing information that they're requesting, speaking from firsthand experience, it's not good. Two, the price given back broken down in a way that the client can clearly and easily see what's included, and submitted in a format that is easy to manipulate. So that's, for me, that's Excel. That's where the client can take your Excel and put it into a different format. Three, your list of project assumptions, qualifications, and exclusions in an easy to read format, which clearly details what's included and what's not. My fourth item here is a program. So I did a live recently on programs that we went into a bit more detail if you want to check that out. But programming, as far as I'm concerned, one of the most powerful supporting documents that you can include with your tender that gives them so much information graphically, looks great, and can definitely make you stand out from your competitors. And lastly, my last point here is any supporting documents that are going to provide the client with a bit more information about your company and that will help with the decision making. So some great examples of this is accreditations, proving that you have the right accreditations in place if they haven't seen them yet, and also case studies that are relevant to the project that you're tendering for, in particular if you haven't worked with the client before. Right, so I'm gonna pull up a few examples now, and we can have a look at kind of what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, so right, this first example is an example of a cover letter. So this is a cover letter is a document that we choose to use. Basically, the point of it is a summary of the tender, but the most important things is it's got your inclusions and your exclusions and your assumptions. But just running through this briefly to show you what we usually do. It's letter-headed document that high-level items, but importantly, what we've included within the tender, a breakdown of what we've included, a list of what supporting documents that we've included with the tender, a high-level price of the tender, so they can see that quite quickly. But as I was kind of alluding to before, the most important thing is the project assumptions, qualifications, and exclusions. So as you can see here, a simple list specific to the project, what you're assuming and what you're excluding. For example, we have not included for liaising with the council for required permissions, i.e. we've assumed this is by the client, we haven't included it. And the last items of this document is just a few terms and conditions, i.e. like the price is valid for 30 days and a little bit about your company and what you have in terms of accreditations. So that's an example of a cover letter. Another document I talked about, so the pricing schedule in a format that's readily available to the client. So, I mean, this format is Excel. Basically, when you submit your tender, what they're going to do is they're going to put this into another format so they can make comparisons. When it's in a format like Excel, they can do this easily. When it's in a PDF format, it's not so easy and it's a little bit painful. But in our pricing schedule, we've broken it down. We're clearly showing the price for the different elements that we've included. And most importantly, what we've got is we've got below the line cost here. And the below the line cost would be anything that you feel should be included, or value engineering options that haven't been requested within the scope of works. So, i.e., these are options, but you split them out as options that you think will be required or know will be required, but not putting it in the top section to inflate the price. You're clearly showing what the difference in price would be. Third item that I talked about is the program. So program looks great. Client can look at it quickly and see some important information quite quickly from that. Firstly, how long you need to do the job, how long you need to mobilize, how long you need to procure materials, how long you need to close the job out, how many visits you've allowed for, what is your prelim allowance for. So as you can see, like, very simple document, high level, but has such important information, looks great, and is very impactful for the client. Last document that I kind of mentioned in my important list is case studies. So case studies are important for new clients, and in particular, what you're trying to do is you're trying to show your works that you've previously delivered to the client, so they can see their project in what you've previously delivered, and they gain the trust that you can deliver their project. That's what you're trying to achieve. But just to show you this example, first page, we've got a little bit about the company. But the important things, we've chosen 3 case studies of projects that are related to the project that you're tendering for. And you've got photos, client references, project details, key aspects, what went well. They look great, and this is speaking from firsthand experience as well. When choosing subcontractors to deliver packages, you get the right projects, and you can gain a lot of trust in the client that you can deliver their works, which is what you're trying to achieve. And it's something that's very important for working with new clients. Okay, so that's kind of what I had for today in terms of the examples. Basically, in conclusion, getting the submission right, it can be the difference between a win or a no-win in some cases. And also, it can go a long way to gaining the trust of your client, which is imperative, in particular, a new client as well. I mean, so important. So that's kind of it. That's what I had for today. I try and keep these short and punchy. Stay tuned for my next live, and I'll talk about another impactful tendering topic. If you want to speak to me about your tendering, I offer a number of free diagnosis calls each month to talk specifically about how you can improve your tendering. This is a free offer that I offer. There's a link on my LinkedIn profile to book, so jump on and do that if you'd like. That's it. Thank you, and see you again soon.